O Captain, My Captain, a poem by Walt Whitman. About the poet. Walter Whitman, born May 31st, 1819, was an American poet, essayist, and journalist. He was a part of the transition between transcendentalism and realism, incorporating both views in his work. Whitman is among the most influential poets in the American canon. Often called the father of free verse, his work was very controversial in its time, particularly his poetry collection, Leaves of Grass. The poem was written in 1865 as a tribute to the President of the United States at the time, Abraham Lincoln. It was during his fight to end slavery, and it was an elegy for his assassination. The poem's main point, O Captain, My Captain, became a well-known line that symbolizes admiration, respect, and support.
The poem was to show how great of a leader Abraham Lincoln was. Walt Whitman talked of how the battle they went through is finally over. Our fearful trip is done. But he immediately goes on to describe the pain he's feeling because of the fact that his leader is dead. Oh, the bleeding drops of red, where on the deck my captain lies, fallen, cold, and dead. In the second stanza, the poet is begging for this to be a dream, and for the president to wake up. It is some dream that on the deck you fallen, cold, and dead. Finally, in the last stanza, he writes of the conclusion, how they got to their goal, but his captain is truly gone. Exulto shores and ringo bells, but I, with mournful tread, walk the deck my captain lies, fallen, cold, and dead. Even though they were able to achieve their goal, it is hard to accept that someone genuinely admired has left before he was able to see the fruits of his efforts.
Figurative language. The most obvious figurative language used would be a repetition of the phrase, my captain. Walt Whitman repeated the title of the poem several times in each stanza because of the symbolism it holds. He is calling his president his captain, since a captain is trusted and respected to a great degree between his crewmates. He also repeated the phrase, my father, because of the same reasoning. A father is a symbol of a leader, a person you admire and idolize that you obey out of instinct. Another thing you can instantly notice would be the rhyme scheme. Each stanza has a pattern of A, A, B, B. Then the chorus is C, D, E, D. This pattern is extremely obvious and gives the poem a very musical tone. Falling cold and dead is probably the line the poet wanted to emphasize the most, since every time the chorus ends with that same line, that line is an assurance that the president has really left.
The tone is sad and dismal, yet excited and exuberant, because the poet is celebrating the abolishment of slavery, however is mourning his captain as well. The tone and vocabulary used gives the mood of a hurtful elegy, yet somehow it also gives the mood that this should be celebrated as well, for the success that occurred before the assassination. The poem is a lyrical poem since it discusses the emotions of the poet from his happiness to his sadness. It is also a very prominent rhyme that gives off a strong musical vibe. This poem has a few repetitive lines as well, indicating the chorus which is found in almost all lyricals.
Created using Powtoon.